It's in. Kaapo Kakko has been picked number 2 overall by the Rangers. And look at the reaction across the street at the Rangers draft party. You know, we've talked to the Rangers coach David Quinn. We've talked a lot to Jeff Gordon, and they love Kaapo Kakko, and they are really glad that they are able to pick him number 2 overall.
Well, again, when you have a kid that is NHL ready, and that's one of the differences at 6'2" and 195 or 200 pounds, and the fact that he can do so much. He can play that power game. He can skate. He's got the ability. There's even some that think he can play center because of his playmaking ability. But when he goes to the net and the way he just handles himself. And I talked to a lot of people over the course of this year's playoffs that know him, including Mikko Rantanen in Colorado. I asked him about Kaapo, and he just said, listen, he said, he's one of my best friends. We grow up in the same town. We train together, and the kid's going to be a star. And he's still a kid. Rantanen's still a kid. And Ville Nieminen, who played in the NHL for a long, long time and is now coaching over in Finland. And I spent actually a lot of time with him during the finals because he was over from Finland doing the Stanley Cup final on Finnish TV. So I asked him and he again coached against him, and he just says, you know, he started talking about Jaromir Jagr and the way he's when he's standing still and gets the puck and protects it, and then the quick hands to be able to spin and get away from players. I mean, I hear nothing but great things. And then I was texting with David Quinn, and he was talking about how impressive he was they had lunch with him yesterday, and so everyone you talk about or you talk to, and every report you get back are just glowing remarks about not only the kid's ability on the ice, but the way he is off the ice and his work ethic. And all he wants to do is stay on the ice and play hockey. So it's going to be exciting.
All right, so the Devils get Jack Hughes. The Rangers take Kaapo Kakko. Let's go to The Rock. The reaction after Jack Hughes was taken number 1 overall.
From the U.S. program.
The Devils Draft Festival outside The Rock, and they are happy to have Jack Hughes, that is for sure. It's amazing the turnout at The Rock and also across the street. We have a ton of fans at these respective draft parties tonight. You know?
Bryce could have had a standing ovation if you would have told us. I mean, you could have had that reaction if you would have just told us who they're picking.
Well, guys, that screenshot there is just really shows you how much this organization has come along in terms of how they've engaged their fans. If you would have told me when I first got traded, and like you're going to see that type of engagement from the fans in Championship Plaza, you know, celebrating, all engaging in an event like this, it's remarkable. And that kind of goes back when we talked to Hugh Weber just about, you know, just what they've done from the business side of things, engaging the fans, you know, seeing a situation like this and capitalizing on it from the business side to really make sure the fans are embracing this. And it's just nice to see that as a former player, the fans, you know, appreciating this and being, you know, all the excitement around it.
Joe, I want to ask you about Kaapo Kakko again, because in the World Championships, Finnish team won gold. Mm-hmm. He goes 6 goals and an assist in 10 games.
Right.
What is that indicative of where he is and what he might become?
Well, I think, you know, if you think back 2 years ago, you know, everyone in hockey, especially from NHL scouting, you know, Jack Hughes was projected as the number 1 overall pick. That was 2 years ago. And so what's happened because of the way he's played is that the gap between the two kept on getting narrower and narrower over time. And it got closer at the World Junior Championships last year when Kakko ended up scoring the winning goal and Finland wins the World Juniors. And then people started talking, wait a second now, maybe it's not going to be Jack Hughes. Maybe it's going to be Kakko that gets the number 1 overall nod. I think it got a little bit closer at the World Championships because now you're playing against men. You're playing against a lot of National Hockey League players. And he stepped out, and he not only was comfortable, but as you mentioned, when you mentioned the statistics, he proved that he could play against the bigger players, the top players in the world. And that brought it a little bit closer. So that's why I think when you hear Jeff Gorton talk about, you know, I slept well last night because we knew we were going to get a great player, that's exactly why.
So if you would have this conversation last year, or let's say 6 months ago, Kaapo Kakko was not
correct,
not where he is now in terms of his valuation.
Correct. Again, in December at the World Juniors is when he really made a name for himself.
All right. For more great videos from the MSG 150, check out right there. And remember, our show is on Monday through Thursday, 8 to 10:30 p.m. on MSG Network and MSG Go.